Okay, we are recording.
Good morning. Welcome. Well, I guess it may not be morning where you are. Anyway, welcome. Welcome everyone to the Sellout Show where we are always sold out. I am Dianna Guerin and I am the irreverent sales girl where my mission is to bring a dash of dignity to the art of selling.
Hey Dianna, hey everyone. I'm Sean Carroll Sandy. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at the Selling Agency where we coach humans how to sell to other humans. Because if you're selling like kind of a lame dinner guest who doesn't know when to go home, things are going to get really awkward.
That's the perfect introduction. So what we're talking about today, and I'm so excited that we're going to talk about this because I don't know how to do it, but I'm sure that Sean, with her Southern hospitality knowledge, knows how to do this well. But how to get off a phone call gracefully? Have you ever had that phone call where just nobody can get off the phone?
Oh my God. And then, or what's even worse is when you're on like a conference call and you think, oh my God, I think I see an opening. We're about to jump off. And then somebody goes and brings up something else and you just want to murder them.
An entirely new topic altogether.
You were so close.
We were just so close. That's when you want to have the controls, right? You want to just be
right.
like, oops.
Oh, Jimmy fell off the call. I don't know what happened.
All right. So, and I think this is especially important in business because if you want to be selling to executives, they do not want you to waste their time. Nobody really wants you to waste their time, but and then sometimes I think you just need to let people off the hook because they can't seem to get themselves off the phone. So right. What do you do? What are some of the tactics that you use or skills that you use to end a call gracefully and leave everybody happy and with enough time to get that next cup of coffee?
Well, I think the best one is, you know what, Dianna, the best way to do it is really to set the precedent on the front end, right?
Okay.
I'm going to, if I say I'm going to take just a few minutes of your time, and then your prospect, like if you're on a cold or warm call, and then your prospect wants to keep talking, like you asked to show up on the door. You need to listen, but also check in and say, okay, you know, I promised you to keep it succinct. This is actually a really great opportunity to take it to the next level. Rather than keep you on the phone, can we schedule some time in and create an agenda around this to meet next week, so that I really respect your time. It's a great way to show that you respect their time and that you are going to talk business. Now, if they want to talk personal and linger, you call them. You're gonna have to listen to some of it.
Yeah.
I think that's always a good one to say. I really want to respect your time. So the next step would be that, how about we set a meeting for next week so I can gather the agenda and get it on your calendar, and we really can suss out the opportunity next time.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, and with scheduled calls, it's a little bit easier where you're kind of getting to the, I noticed that we just have 2 minutes left in our conversation. What did you need to cover and what do we need to schedule for the next step or something like that? So,
right.
So that really helps. Or I have learned when it's just, sometimes you don't need to meet for the entire half hour that you set aside. So I can say, this is something that I learned from Melinda Emerson. I'm going to give you back 10 minutes of your day.
Right.
But
the thing
I didn't want them back. I wanted to talk about my next subject.
Well, I think what you don't want to happen is to where the conversation peters out. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. Where your conversation is sort of winding down, and you both know it, and then you bring it to an abrupt end. Well, okay, then I guess that our next conversation will be this. Like, you have some, like you said. I think this is the description that you provided here is perfect. Have some grace. Like, do this gracefully. And I think so much of it goes to being prepared, don't you?
Well, I do. And, if you are having business conversations, you really should have an agenda. Even if you didn't send it out, even if you just said, these are the things that I was planning on talking about on our call today. Is that what you were thinking about? Is there anything else that we need to cover? And then I just keep a little as we're walking through, I just keep a little list and make sure I tick them all off.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I get a chance, I'm like, okay, we covered this, 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 and this. Is there anything else? And then this is another thing that I've learned that's really powerful. Is they say blah 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 blah, and then you're like, oh, okay, great, got that. Anything else? And then they go blah 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 blah, and you're like, oh yeah, perfect. Anything else? And pretty soon somebody will be like, no. You'll be like, cool, all right, look forward to speaking to you next week. But the problem is that if they bring up a new topic and then you respond to that, and then you're going to bring up a new topic, you just sit there and just say anything else, and then they feel completely heard. Instead
of glazing over. I love that. Anything else? Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Oh yeah.
So we're wrapping up and winding down. Like you can interject. I think it's okay to interject some of that language. Okay, so as we wrap up the call, let me just reiterate the 3 things we talked about, and then secure plans for next week, or something like that. But this is just like anything else. Plan ahead. How do you wind up a call? What are you going to say? Now, I will tell you, you asked me what they do in the South.
Yes.
If you were at my house or at a dinner party and it's time to leave, the old hostess trick is to get out the vacuum cleaner.
What?
If vacuum cleaner's out, that is your signal to go home.
Are you kidding me?
No.
That's like a real thing.
Hopefully. Now you have to be you have to be a good guest. I mean, you have to bring something to dinner, which is really metaphorical for sales. Like if you're invited into someone's meeting, you need to bring an offering, something of value, right? You have to bring something for the host, contribute, whether it's flowers, wine, or a hostess gift, or part of the meal or whatever, and then know when to go home. It's funny because my sister threw these amazing parties. Like her Halloween parties are legendary. Her kids' birthday parties are amazing. And she says they start at noon. And people don't leave there till midnight.
Wow.
And I am just like, holy crap. And they love it. They're all over the house. They bring their kids are downstairs watching my stuff. And so people just never freaking leave. And I've been to one of her parties, and I love you, Ellen, but I'm like, oh, holy crap. All my parties have an expiration time. The party is from 1 to 3.
And it's not midnight. I know. I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, now I need to get out of my house.
Some people love that visiting and that discussion and that kind of stuff. But some people need an expiration date on their party.
That's right. And let's talk about something specific to sales too, right? My hair's making me crazy. It looks like some kind of weird helmet, but anyway, we won't go off on that topic right now. So in sales, this is super duper duper important because so many people don't stop talking after the prospect said yes.
Yeah, and they continue to sell. That's the other symptom of not knowing when to get off the phone, or if you already got the appointment, if that was the objective of your call, that's what you asked for and you got it, shut up. Make the calendar date, send an invite, get the email, thank you, blah, 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 but shut up. Stop.
Oh my God.
What you asked for.
I know. I was in a meeting once, and I hate selling with other people. I mean, this whole new world of team selling makes me insane. But as long as everybody follows my lead, we're okay. But anyway, so I'm sitting there in this meeting, and they've said yes. And there's paperwork to sign to say, like there's signing on the line that's dotted right there in the meeting. So they start doing the paperwork, and there's a few things that they need to do as well as, sign their name. And my person sitting right next to me starts talking about how great this is going to be and la, la, la. And you're going to really love this. I'm like, shut up. I mean, first of all, there's 2 things that are going to happen. You're going to distract them from filling out the paperwork, and then it's not going to get done. Or you're going to unsell them. I promise you, they'll be like, oh, I didn't think about that. You know what? Maybe I should actually think a little bit more about how this is going to work in my business before. I almost killed him.
You need a code. Well, I did a lot of that at Office Max. Would sell with our office products partners. I would bring the print division in myself, and then we had furniture and managed print, or bring your managers to Workday, that kind of stuff. And it never failed if we hadn't prepared ahead of time. This is our objective. This is what we want to make sure we interject. This is the value we bring. This is where we want to leave, whatever. And I had partners that were better at than others. You sort of like bringing I don't know, like bringing a wild card if you didn't do that, and it never went well. It never went well. I almost wanted to, like kick them in the knees kind of thing, like,
I had a sales manager that used to do that. Oh my God, he'd just keep talking. But I mean, he was at least a little self-aware. He's like, okay, Dianna, if I talk too much, like kick me or something. Like, don't worry.
I have a story. This isn't about getting off the phone or ending the meeting, but I went on a sales call with the national sales manager one time. This is so stupid. And he wasn't terrible, but he just prattled on and on and on and on and on and on and on about stuff, like cover everything. This is on TV. Like, what more is there to sell? And so I lost track of where we were in the meeting, and I started listening to the music in the office. And he's like, I didn't even pay attention. He had asked for the close, and I said, "What radio station is this?" He looked at me like he was going to stab me with a pen in his hand. What radio station is this?
Yeah. So here's the way that this works: is you're coming to terms, you're negotiating. They say yes. You ask, "Great. What are your plans for this weekend?" Or, "Oh, you mentioned that you're coaching Little League. How are they doing?" Like, as soon as they say yes, and you figured out how you get the signature on the dotted line, or like, "Send me the contract." Okay, great. And then you start packing up. So what are your big plans for this weekend? No more business. As soon as they say yes, send me the contract, no more business. And if they have to fill things out, you just be quiet while they're doing it. If they have a question, they'll ask you.
Exactly. All right, so we're actually going to head to the home stretch and wrap this up, but let's recap. So number one, be prepared.
Yes.
Right. Figure out how much time you're going to need, and then convey that, whether it's a call or a meeting on the front end, right?
Yep.
Number two, I like
get out the vacuum.
Get out the vacuum cleaner. Do the whole yawn, stretch. It's been a long day. Ooh, my jammies are calling.
Put on your jams.
No, I love what you said. And anything else? Like, lead them to the conclusion that this is wrapping up. So, well, in conclusion, let's recap, and any last other thing you want to add before we get off the phone and I send you an invite or whatever, right?
Yeah. And then as soon as they say yes, if there's paperwork to sign, be quiet while they do it. They'll ask you questions if they need to, or change the subject altogether.
How's your mom and them?
How's your mom? That's very Southern.
That's how you do it here. How's your mom and them?
You are so good at that. You are so good. And you're a transplant to the South. I'm so impressed.
Thanks.
You must have been the Southern Belle of Michigan.
We're gonna go. So you hang up.
Well, no, you hang up.
No, you hang up first.
You hang up first.
No, you hang up.
I'll wrap it up by saying, stop hoping
and start selling.
That's right. Bye.